AM The Superstation, the voice of Detroit. Hey, the future of radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network, host of the African History Network show. It is Sunday, February 18th, 2018, and we are live tonight. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Well, the film Black Panther debuted Friday, February 16th, and it is breaking records. It is expected to do $194 million through Sunday. Okay, Box Office Mojo is reporting that. Also, CNNMoney.com is reporting that as well. I saw it Thursday. I saw a nighttime showing of it out in Southfield. Saw it Thursday. It is a fantastic movie. Everybody, all African Americans should go see this movie. We're going to talk about that some tonight. I wrote an article about it also, okay? I've been posting articles on our Facebook fan page, the African History Network, about the film Black Friday. About the film, not Black Friday, that's a documentary series I'm in. The film Black Panther. The film Black Panther. And it is taking America by storm. On social media, we see pictures of African Americans going to see the movie wearing African garb. And they're looking sharp. The women are looking beautiful. There are more African Americans wearing African garb to go see Black Panther than go to Kwanzaa celebrations. You look at the number of people. You don't see this number of people wearing African garb and pictures of them on social media going to Kwanzaa celebrations. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't think a lot of African Americans wore African garb to go see Coming to America back in 1988. That was about Zamunda. I don't even think we did that. So this is taking America by storm. You have a lot of people that want to know more about African history. It was good they had this movie during African American History Month. I did presentations. I've been doing presentations the past 3 days, right? So today I spoke at St. Francis Church in West Warren Avenue. Okay, St. Francis Church, I think it was 7201 West Warren Avenue. Shout out to the pastor over there and Brother Kenyatta. Had me come do a presentation for African American History Month. So my presentation was called Breaking the Change, why we celebrate African American History Month. Breaking the Change, why we celebrate African American History Month. There were children there also. One of the things we talked about was the film Black Panther, right? And how you deal with the African nation. You're dealing with the African nation of Wakanda that was never conquered by Europeans. Okay? Wasn't a victim of the transatlantic slave trade, never conquered by Europeans. And this is one of the reasons why Wakanda is so technologically advanced, because their history was not interrupted by slavery and colonialism. Right? So I've been posting articles the past few days on our Facebook fan page, the African History Network, where we have 1 million followers on our Facebook fan page. People have been learning a lot. And I wrote an article, Saturday morning? Let's see, the day is the 18th. I wrote this article Saturday morning, February 17th. The Black Panther is having an impact on the conscious level of African Americans. Black Panther is having an impact on the conscious level of African Americans. Okay, we'll talk some about that. Then we see that Deadline.com has an article about how the $84 million was the economic impact in the state of Georgia when the film Black Panther was filming there. They have an article from earlier this month talking about that. $84 million impact. A lot of African Americans benefited from that. Now, you have some African Americans saying, Disney's going to make $200 million this weekend, none of that's going to African Americans. That's not true. Who told you that? Where do you think all these people are buying their African garb from? Where do you think all these people buying their African garb from? They're not getting it from Target or Walmart. They're buying it from African people, buying it from African Americans. Now, see, the interesting thing, right? Now, when you read this article from Deadline.com, and I'll give you the name of it here in just a minute, they talk about the economic impact, right? And you had African American businesses making money, African American hairdressers. They talk about this, and there are other articles that deal with this. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? See, success is where preparation meets opportunity. Success is where preparation meets opportunity. Now, we've known for about 2 years that the movie Black Panther was coming out. How did you prepare yourself to profit from the movie? I'll wait. We've known for about 2 years, right, since Captain America Civil War, that the Black Panther movie was coming out. So how did you prepare yourself? How did you position yourself to profit from the film? Dr. Boyce Watkins this past weekend, he taught a 48-hour business school, and he talked about we're making real Black Panthers. He broadcasted some of it on our Facebook fan page, the African History Network, where we have 1 million followers. We've been posting articles about the film. Essence Magazine has articles. AtlantaBlackStar.com. Huffington Post Black Voices. The Griot, Essence Magazine, AtlantaBlackStar.com, all African American owned. They're generating ad revenue from articles dealing with this. How did you position yourself to benefit from the film Black Panther? This is a legitimate question, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins said one of the things we could do is buy stock in Disney because their stock is going to go through the roof, right? So then you got Nandy over at Nandy's Knowledge Cafe. She has Black Panther comic books. When I was over there doing my presentation February 3rd and 4th, she has a big cardboard cutout, life-size cardboard of the Black Panther. She has Black Panther comic books over there. How did you position yourself to profit? If you knew it was coming for 2 years, how did you position yourself to profit from the film Black Panther? It ain't like we just found out last week the film was coming out. When they came out with Captain America Civil War and Chadwick Boseman played the Black Panther, this is the debut of the Black Panther. We knew it was coming. How did you position yourself? See, success is where preparation meets opportunity. How did you position yourself to take advantage of the opportunity? I'll wait. Dr. Boyce Watkins has been kicking behind with the 48-hour Black Business School this week and have African Americans there because they're energized. They want to start businesses, right? How did you position yourself? So you have the, last weekend we talked about the change.org petition trying to put pressure on Disney to reinvest 25% of their worldwide profits into the African American community, especially invest in teaching African American children the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, and math. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that at all. But see, people who are not business minded sit back and complain and cry. See, these are the Negro naysayers. They sit back and complain and cry. The people who are entrepreneurs, the people who are thinking, they say, this is coming. Okay, now how can I position myself? AtlantaBlackStar.com, The Griot, Essence Magazine, African American publications, Yo Black World. I contribute content to Yo Black World. We've been running articles all weekend and video clips on YouTube all weekend about Black Panther. So when I see these memes on Facebook and saying $0 for the African American community, that's wrong. $0 in your pocket. Why didn't you position yourself? You knew it was coming for 2 years. Why didn't you position yourself? Success is where preparation meets opportunity. How did you position yourself for the opportunity? Black Panther generates $89.3 million for the Georgia economy. A lot of the film was shot in Atlanta. You had African Americans making money in Atlanta. Deadline.com. Read this article. Black Panther generates $89.3 million for Georgia economy. Okay? This is from February 7th, 2018. We posted it yesterday on our Facebook fan page, the African History Network. Right? It's been viewed, it's been liked, I think, about 1,600 times. So in this article, it says that Black Panther continues to do amazing things. During the special screening of the movie, let's see, Marvel chairman and CEO Charles Rifkin, MPAA chairman and CEO Charles Rifkin, highlighted the contributions of the Marvel Studios production made to Georgia as it generated $83.9 million to the state's economy. Now, those living in Georgia, African Americans, those living in Atlanta, how did you position yourself to profit off of this? You knew it was coming. And there were African Americans who positioned themselves to profit off of this. I asked this question on our Facebook fan page where we have 1 million followers. I said, well, I posted an article yesterday about this, right? So when you go to our fan page, you're going to see the video of Dr. Boyce Watkins teaching the Black Business School, of course, the 48-hour business school. You had Jessica Smitty Smith, one of the instructors. He sent out the email blast today. Dr. Claude Anderson is going to join the faculty of the Black Business School. I just talked to Dr. Claude Anderson yesterday. Dr. Anderson, one of my teachers off of Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics, he called me yesterday because I'm going to be interviewing him on Monday. This is going to be huge. Okay? We're going to do that on Facebook. And then we'll play the broadcast, we'll play the interview next Sunday on the show. And we're going to deal with some deep topics. Right? So, I posted this article from Deadline.com on our fan page yesterday. And Black Panther generates 89.3 million for Georgia economy. And I asked the question, does anyone know of any African-American owned businesses they got a piece of this business? From my understanding, a lot of the filming was in Atlanta. And I know a lot of them did, because I heard people talking about African-American hairdressers and things like this, different businesses that profited from this, okay? So, what somebody, and I have to check AtlantaBlackStar.com, and maybe I need to talk to Boyce about this. Articles need to be written about African-American owned businesses that benefited and profited from this movie. Because other movies are being made. This ain't the only movie that's being made in Atlanta. This isn't the only movie that's being made in a major city that has a large African-American population. So how do businesses position themselves to profit off of the movie industry? So instead of sitting back with your lip poked out talking about the African-American community didn't get got $0, no, maybe you got $0. That's just not true. So Kimberly Robinson on Facebook, on the thread of this article that I posted, she said Afrocentric Network African store in the West End, that's in Atlanta, sold out of almost everything. They came through buying stuff for the market scenes. How is your store positioned to benefit from this? Did you order Black Panther comic books? Did you order Black Panther paraphernalia? How are you positioned? You sat back for 2 years, knew this was coming, then position yourself. Nandy has Black Panther comic books, 71 Oakman Avenue, Highland Park, Michigan. That's where I just did my lectures there February 3rd and 4th. That's how I know I saw them. She's positioned herself. So how is it that Negro naysayers sit back and say zero money to the African American community? No, maybe $0 to you. See, success is where preparation meets opportunity. I've taught entrepreneurship for 7 years. Success, how did you prepare yourself for an opportunity? I've incorporated Black Panther into my presentations. There were youth there today. The youth were blown away. Why? Because the word Wakanda, as I posted on Facebook yesterday, the word Wakanda is a Native American word from the Sioux Indians, from the Omaha Indians, and the Ponca Indians. Right? This is a Native American term. You got a water park in Wisconsin called Wakanda. Wakanda. There's a water park. You think they're going to get a bunch of business now? You've got schools like in Nebraska called Wakanda. But the original Native Americans were African people. Dr. David Imhotep his new book is out. The First Americans Were Africans Revisited. It just came out last 2 months. That's about to fly off the shelves. Because people want to learn. The time we have been waiting for is now. So people sit back and say, when are we going to do something? But when people want to learn their history, when people want to learn their history, the time we have been waiting for is now. As I posted on Facebook yesterday, real teachers teach and haters hate. Real teachers teach and haters hate. Right? So I posted an article yesterday from AtlantaBlackStar.com that's about, 4 years old? Okay? Name of this article deals with... this one is dealing with the 10 fearless African women, right? 10 fearless African women warriors from AtlantaBlackStar.com. 10 fearless black female warriors throughout history. Okay, AtlantaBlackStar.com is African American owned and operated. So I posted a picture of the African female warriors from Wakanda that guard the nation. And I said, if you saw the movie Black Panther, then you saw the African female warriors who protected Wakanda. They were most likely patterned after the African female warriors of Dahomey among the Fo people in present-day Benin, which is in West Africa. Now, the African nation of Benin is even mentioned in the movie Wakanda during the museum scene when Eric Killmonger and Klaus are there to steal the artifacts. And he mentions, he looks at one of the artifacts and he said it's from Benin. Okay, so in this article, I think it was this page 2 of the article, they talk about the Dahomey Amazons, or Minnow, was an all-female military regiment of the Fo people of the Kingdom of Dahomey in present-day Republic of Benin. They existed from the 17th century to the end of the 19th century, while European narratives refer to the women soldiers as Amazons. This is where the Amazons come from, because of their similarity to the semi-mythical Amazons of ancient Anatolia. They call themselves Ahosi, or the king's wives, or Minnow, our mothers, in the Fo language, F-O-N, pronounced Fo. The Ahosi were extremely well trained and inculcated with a very aggressive attitude. They were ferocious fighters with a reputation for decapitating soldiers in the middle of battle, as well as those who were unfortunate to become their captives. See, read this article. This is our history. Now, this is African American owned and operated. This article is from 2013. It's getting new life. We posted on our fan page, the African History Network, where we have 1 million followers. People are reading this article, generating revenue for AtlantaBlackStar.com. When people say $0 to African American community, that's wrong. That's not true. Maybe $0 in your pocket, but why didn't you position yourself when you knew 2 years ago this movie was coming out? We're coming up on a break. When we come back from the break, we'll be joined by former city councilman Kwame Kenyatta. I'm Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network. You listen to the African History Network show on 910 AM The Superstation, the future of radio. We'll be back in a few minutes.